What is going on, crypto fam? This is a crypto recap for Monday, March 10th. I do not feel well, so I'm not guaranteeing that I'm going to be up tomorrow morning for pre-market, but we'll see what happens. So as far as the Bitcoin dominance, we're just looking for a lower high now. We're still in this equilibrium. That as long as we're in this equilibrium, Bitcoin's still the safer option and where people are trusting their money most in the crypto sector. So Bitcoin, a bit of a red day, down 2.62. So I haven't done a video for this in a few days. Basically, we were looking at this equilibrium potential. We set a lower high here and we rolled over right through. Now we've gone through both supports here. Currently, no follow through on this this support breakdown, but we're still expecting a lower high than 92,910 on the way back up, and this could get extended to the downside. Essentially, we're just looking for lower highs on the way down, and this is just cooling off. Each bounce was just cooling off, and we're watching this daily 12 moving average to be resistance on the way down. We've lost all our moving averages. I just have less interest on Bitcoin or crypto as a whole at the moment. But if we do get a bit more extended, we do have bullish divergence on our relative RSI. So we've made a lower low now, and we didn't make a lower low on RSI. So that's telling me there's bullish divergence, but I'm still not overly interested in getting in. I'd be more interested at this 73 to 69,000. And the reason why is just 69,000 was our previous all-time high, and 73,500, I believe it was, 73,800 is, 73,800. So that is where I'm interested, and I know there's a lot of coins, shares essentially. There's a lot of volume here, and I'd be playing it, but this is going against the trend as well. So I'm still bullish as long as we can hold this monthly 12 EMA. If we start significantly, if we lose this candle, that was a pretty big breakaway candle, then we're at huge caution to overall. Okay, so yeah, if we can get to this golden pocket, if we start losing this big breakaway candle, then we're starting to be very concerned, and this could be potentially shaping up a monthly head and shoulders as the bigger pattern. We're not looking good overall. We need to see 4-hour trend changes. As I've been repeating, we did see one here, but then we lost it, or we fell into this equilibrium, and now we've lost it. Now the 4-hour downtrend is the guide down again, and we need to see that 4-hour trend change bullish, starting with a 1-hour trend. It's just these are weak. This is a weak bounce so far that we're already looking to confirm this bear flag. So we're looking weak on crypto. And there's a lot of names are making new all-time highs, and I'm very much less interested in the crypto space. I didn't manage to get this move because it happened on Friday. I can't remember what happened, but I missed this move, and now that we're breaking into new lows, it has me a little bit less interested, but I would be interested if we can get down to this 69 to 73 zone, but if we lose 69,000, I'm way less interested. I would be expecting a bounce from that area. If we see a bounce, 4-hour trend change, and not a lot of follow through, then I would be probably dropping that again. But yeah, the daily downtrend now is daily and 4-hour downtrend is now our guide for medium term, and we're looking at these low at this previous volume profile now. Now that we've broken this, we've opened up this whole zone, so we can quickly head down to 70-ish thousand. Now that this is opened up, Ethereum, even weaker than Bitcoin. Now we are essentially, we're just looking for a quarterly higher low than 1522 now. And we are just in a giant quarterly equilibrium. Like, this could play out for a long period of time. We've lost too much of this move now. This is just not interesting to me at all. And we could be trapped, we could be range bound on this for years now. Essentially, like, unless something crazy happens, I'm just not interested in Ethereum by any means. It's just too far from its all-time highs. It didn't even make a new all-time high, and we're already down 55% from a lower high that has a double top. This is just, everything looks bad on Ethereum. I'm sorry to say it. I know you guys don't like it, but there's just nothing nice I could say about it at this time. XRP, we're at risk of losing this let's see, this, oh, we're in this equilibrium still. So I guess the most important range is still here, which we are coming to quickly. We need to see a 4-hour trend change to give us some confidence that we are not just going to break through this 177 low here, but overall, we're pretty weak overall. Had this equilibrium, lower high, then we just rolled over into lower lows. And yeah, the bulls are just hoping to save this weekly equilibrium. There's just not much else. Overall, longer term, we are well above the monthly 12 moving average. So we could be expecting a retest of that. Just very weak. Litecoin, still holding its weekly equilibrium, but we are at risk. We need to change the 4-hour trend before 81.09. Otherwise, this is confirming a weekly downtrend. Actually, we're already in a weekly downtrend. Sorry. This is just continuing our weekly downtrend. So we are technically have been in a weekly downtrend on Litecoin and haven't changed that trend bullish. So we did enough of a bounce that I would expect a higher low, but that's not guaranteed if we just keep cooling off the moves. Oh, we're getting pretty extended. We are hitting daily oversold. So I might expect a higher low. It's not guaranteed. If the rest of the market rolls over, then it's definitely one. It'll be one to follow. Hype, just looking at this 1210 low here, and then we're looking at all-time lows. Very clearly being guided down by the 12 moving average. So when this does bounce, I would be looking at that as a resistance. BNB, still looking for its monthly higher low. Nothing confirmed yet. Need to see a daily trend change. And we've given enough on this move now that I would be expecting, or that a potential head and shoulders could be the result of wherever that comes from. We're pretty close to its weekly support we tried to establish there. But the best thing we could see as a bull is a 4-hour trend change and potentially look for a weekly lower high. Solana, all we're looking at now is a quarterly head and shoulders, more visible, I guess, on the monthly. But we've given way too much of the move back, and now we are at risk of this monthly head and shoulders. We could break it. We could just go straight and break it, and then we're just basically looking for a monthly lower high on the way back up. But this is where we need to start seeing daily trend changes, and we are fast approaching this critical support here. If we lose that, I mean, it's always possible that we could drop below it and then immediately go into a bounce and just be a big fake out to everyone. That is always possible, but we are also below the monthly 12 EMA, so like way below it. This is definitively smashed through it, and just nothing nothing good about it. Ondo, same thing, looking for its monthly higher low. Then we're just looking at a monthly head and shoulders. Expect a monthly lower high on the way back up. And pretty rough in crypto world. I'm praying for you guys. Like, really, I don't like seeing this. I like everything going up. All ships rise together, and I don't like seeing people hurt like this. I know this is really difficult, and this is what they like to do. They like to put you into extreme fear and then get you to sell and then bump it afterwards. But this is a pretty dramatic pull down 64% from all-time highs. And then, yeah, we're looking at this we're just looking for a monthly lower high once this gets set. But we need a daily trend change to start giving us hope that that is the case. Link, exact same thing. Nothing else to say on that. We're looking for a monthly higher low. Once this bottoms out, we need to see a daily trend change to give us something for the bulls to hang their hat off of. Otherwise, yeah, we're just sustained sell-off. On Link, we didn't even get close to our previous all-time high. So that's a big red flag as it is. I don't like Link overall. I like the names that are closer to their all-time highs or made new all-time highs. Those are the ones that are interesting, like BNB. XRP was definitely interesting. Ethereum's terrible. Bitcoin, obviously. But yeah, if it didn't make a new all-time high on this run, it's because that name's probably dying. So Sui did get a new all-time high, but we are still just looking for a monthly higher low than 46 cents. And that's a long time, long distance to go. We need to start seeing a daily trend change to give us some hope that the bulls are here to play. XLM. And like most of these names are getting close to their daily oversold and should see a bounce of some sort. It's just on these bounces, we would expect lower highs than their most recent highs. So right here on XLM. So XLM's just lost all levels now. Now it's just, see, this is a name. It didn't break its previous all-time high. So now it went into a huge bear market. Now it didn't break its previous high, and now we could be entering a big bear market. Cardano, I guess Cardano still has hope as far as, yeah, well, actually Cardano didn't even make a new all-time, it wasn't even close to making, so even though the president said good news about it and that they're doing a reserve and had plans with Cardano, price action is just telling me a different story altogether. And maybe, who knows, maybe that might not even happen. And that's why I ignore the news altogether, because that gives you complete bias. And that is what's happening to these people who bought this. It went up, I think it was like 70%, 72% in a day. And basically you had one day as a bull. And then we went straight back into our resume bear pattern. And the best hope we have for the bulls is to set a higher low than 58.581 and then hopefully tighten up. But that's a big ask to from the bulls at this point. And apparently this was just to get out of Cardano, and I don't know. It's just, the news, it can give you complete bias and screw you over. That's why I just don't even watch the news. I don't watch the news. I don't care what is happening. And it saves me from situations like this. I would have been happy if I was in Cardano and heard that news, but then I would have that same bias. I would be just as biased because it broke this resistance with no follow through, and you'd be all excited, and then just to dump it 25%, 24.5% the next day, like this, that is huge. Dogecoin, and that is important too, is having an entry and an exit strategy at this point. Dogecoin, I don't know if this was talked about either, but this is terrible. Like, we're just looking for a potential monthly higher low than 0.0805, and we didn't even get close to our previous all-time high. And that's why I like, when I was talking about crypto in the beginning, when we were up at these highs, I'm like, follow the names that are closest to their previous all-time highs. And Dogecoin, I was on the fence about. I'm like, we still, at this point, we still had to go almost another 100%. And that's why I was saying that. I'm like, there's just still so much further to go. And there's no guarantee it was going to make there. And now at this point, once we bottom out here, there's no guaranteeing that we will make it back up to this previous high. That's, right now we would have to go like over 200% just to, sorry, we have to go 222% just to get to a previous high, not even an all-time high, just a previous high. And it's just creating so much resistance on the way up. And so that's just, when I tell you, focus on the all-time high names, please do that. And they're more forgiving, and they're more forgiving of your bad entries. And that's just, it's the easiest way to play the stock market and crypto market. Now there's just so much resistance on these names. I can't be interested in them. Hbar also didn't make it to its previous all-time high, and now it's just still looking for its monthly higher low. And there's we are still above the 12 monthly moving average, so that's okay, but we are at risk of losing this previous low. And yeah, it's not saying that's the bottom, but just I'm more bullish if it's above the monthly 12 EMA. Mochi still looking for its monthly higher low than 0.00 this essentially, and we need to see a daily trend change. We need the bulls to show up very fast. Alpha probably heading to all-time lows. Yep, here's all-time lows. So being pinned underneath the 12 moving average, daily 12 moving average. This is a rough situation to be in. It just gives you little bounces of hope, and then just to be denied. So, man, yeah, that's pretty rough. I'm sorry for anyone who got trapped in this. Like, compared to its previous all-time highs, this is just nowhere. We're talking 5,000, 6,000%. This is just, it's not happening. These moves are not happening. Like, 90% of them, I do not see that, like, going back. Unless something crazy happens, and I'm open to being wrong. I'm totally fine to be wrong in this, and I want to be wrong. I want everyone making money here. I'm just saying this is a very unlikely scenario at this point. Kaspa heading back to its lows. Now we're looking for a 3-month higher, quarterly higher low than, or no, we're still looking for a monthly higher low than 0.01196. Obviously, that's a big ways to go. It's potential that we might see support from its previous all-time high, from the 0.042 level, or this level. We do have some supports coming up here, but we have a long ways to go to set a quarterly higher low essentially. And this Head and Shoulders was a Head and Shoulders, and with definitive follow through. I was looking at this like a Head and Shoulders, and now we're seeing that definitive follow through. We're almost approaching weekly oversold on Kaspa, which weekly oversold could be a good place to invest, to be honest. It's unfortunate for people that rode this whole rode the whole move and then have to ride it back down again. But we need to start seeing 4-hour trend changes, something along that lines. We do have these supports coming up, so hopefully we see a higher low before this 0.011. AVAX just losing its monthly uptrend. Lost it today. Lost it today. Now we're seeing more weakness after hours. We are due for bounces across the boards, more significant bounces. It's just, I'm expecting lower highs on the way back up. I'm expecting, like, we should be expecting weekly bounces at some point here. This is just a straight drop. So I am still expecting a weekly bounce to see where that comes from. This is a huge weekly drop. Like, this is our previous weekly high. And just a bounce to 0.382 at this point would be a 71% move. So I am expecting bounces across the boards on crypto because they're just weekly. They're starting. Yeah, a lot of these names are approaching weekly oversold. But yeah, and tons just at all-time lows. This is where the bottom is. Nobody knows. This is unlimited downside at this point. Trump probably the same. Trump, I think we are at all-time lows. This is as far as data as I have. I can't find the actual name. I know it was at 13 at least or something. But as far as this chart goes, it's all-time lows. I know there's something else. There might be some more data here, but maybe there isn't. I don't know. Yeah. This is heading to wherever the all-time low is. And hopefully we see a higher low than that. But yeah, I'm sorry for how this is going for you crypto guys. This is pretty rough to endure. We're already in very much bear markets for a lot of these names. And we're just hoping, essentially, you're hoping that Bitcoin holds on a bit better. And Bitcoin holds this 73. The best case scenario is Bitcoin holds this 69 to 73 area. And then we start seeing big jumps, big bounces from these little names, these altcoins. Because who knows, this could have been the top. I'm not going to call it that yet. I want to see a monthly or at least a weekly bounce bigger than this, because this is a straight weekly drop so far. So we haven't officially changed the weekly trend down. This is just a straight flush down. I want to see if we can set a higher low and what happens on the bounce. The bounce will be a good indicator of what's to come next. But I mean, this overall, this was a huge move. And if that is the top, then bears will be jumping on every time that we see hourly overbought or 4-hour overbought. That is where their buy zones are, or their sell zones essentially. So, all right, I will maybe be here for the pre-market tomorrow. Just don't feel well. I wish you the best. I'm hoping for the bounces to come soon here. We are extended on most time frames, so I'm expecting in the near term. But yeah, I understand it is pretty rough out there. All right, take care, and I will see you tomorrow.